I just made my first sale, and here's something that people don't often talk to you about. What's up, you guys? This is Creator Zen, or formerly my name is Leroy. It's nice to have you here. And I would just want to break down this video real fast, letting you guys know a few things about sales that I've learned through the fairly short time I've been here so far. I've been progressing, no doubt about it. But, I still have to be realistic and understand that I haven't been here that long. So I just made my first sale yesterday, by myself anyway. Uh, Completely by myself, whole process done by myself. And what I learned was the importance of mindset. Believe, like, now this is gonna, I don't want to sound cliche or anything like that, but the amount of belief that you have that you can do something, actually, people see that. If people see that you're trying, in my experience, people often will help you. And I'm someone that kind of, I'm not even sure what kind of personality type this is, but I tend to steer away from almost everyone and try to figure things out myself. Only because I believe, how the old saying goes sometimes, where it's like if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. And I don't really like to put that off onto someone else, especially if I have a certain expectation of how I want it to go. And now everybody, mistakes happen all the time, but I'd much rather have the mistake be made when it's on my account than someone else's, and it's like, okay, now I have to do what I'm doing over here and then come do that as well. So that's all to say. The power of your mindset of a winning attitude is super important. Uh, I've noticed that within sales, it's also very much like sports. Now, if you're someone that played sports growing up, I believe that you could be excellent in sales. There are going to be certain things that you're going to have to work on. It may not come as natural to you, but sales is not something that's humanly natural. It's not something that we just born from the born knowing how to do. Now, some people, they have the mindset that I want you to do this for me, and kids, they'll be like, okay, cool. They'll cry about it. They'll whine. They'll throw tantrums. But their goal is to get you to do something, right? And that's the same thing when it comes down to being an adult. So I noticed how important it is to be able to break that down, right? Break that down into sports that helps me in my mind, because the owner of the company, when I met him, I actually met him going on a month now. I met him pretty early in my journey. People in the company were saying pretty good things about me, so I was able to meet him, and I'm grateful for it. So while I was meeting him, compared a lot of things to sports, and it was an eye opener for me because I've been playing sports my whole life. So in sales, especially specifically telephone sales, he mentioned Steph Curry. Now, if anyone watches basketball, what is Steph Curry? He's arguably the greatest shooter that we've ever seen. In my opinion, he is. Um, when he made that comparison, it kind of, the gear started turning. Now, has everything, the full the full sale been put down? I'm not gonna say that in the long run, in a long shot, but I do believe that that analogy right there opened up my eyes to a lot more. Now, when he was talking about Steph Curry, he was really saying that, he kept saying, keep shooting. Now, in my mind, it was like, okay, cool. I'm making these calls. I'm making 200 calls. I don't feel like anyone's answering. I made 150 calls. I had one person answer. And in the time being, it could be demoralizing for some. It could be frustrating for others. In my opinion, it was just something that came with the process. Now, I knew there's plenty of areas that I had to work on. Now, so I wasn't really struggling or focused on people not answering the phone. My mindset was on doing the right things when someone did answer the phone. Now, that mindset alone kind of shifted things for me, because instead of focusing on why these people aren't answering, I'm anticipating the people answering. I'm expecting them to answer, and I'm expecting not only for them to answer, but I'm going to say exactly what I'm supposed to say in the right way, the right tone. And that just gave me the ability to practice. And I'm someone, when I was in high school, I didn't get picked up on a sports team till my junior year. So by then it was like, what did you do before that? It doesn't just, you don't just wake up one day and that happens. What happened for me was I was just practicing. I had to practice by myself. I didn't have people. I didn't have a sports team backing me. I didn't play in a summer camp or anything like that. Only thing I would do is go to the park and practice. If I wanted to get better at shooting, I go to the. I'll be like, okay, cool. Where do I want to be better at shooting? In this, is it in the corner? Is it going to be in the wing, on the wing? Is it the top of the key? Is it mid range? I had to diagnose the problem and find the solution. So if I couldn't shoot in the corner, the next day I go out there. If I missed a game-winning shot, I'm gonna be in that corner shooting shot after shot after shot after shot all day. During games, people are gonna be noticing that I'm gonna be in the corner most of that day. That's just what I'm gonna be doing because that's what I'm focused on. So same thing with sales and the calls. There's a lot of debate on like what's more important in the sales process. Is it the prospecting? Is it the objection handling? Is it just the closing? And in my opinion, it's the full process. Now you have to figure out what point in the process that you're struggling with and get better in that specific area and then move on. So, for example, when I first started my first few weeks, I was calling people and still not booking appointments. Like I was making the call, the effort was there. I wasn't booking a lot of appointments, but the effort was there. So then I started watching videos on for example, Jeremy Minor, he talks about tonality. So does Jordan Belfort talks about tonality. So it's more not even just about what you're saying; it's also about how you're saying these words. And that was an eye opener for me as well because I'm making these calls, I'm talking to people, I'm in group chats, seeing people make sales. I'm like, okay, well, we're reading the same thing, we're saying the same thing. So what am I not doing? And over time, I was able to really reflect, sit back, and take a chance to understand where it is that I was lacking and what areas I was lacking and what areas I can improve in. And there's plenty of areas that I have now that I can also improve in, and I'm going to continue to do that. But that's one of the main things I would say I've learned from my first sale is that it's not just that you're doing the work. Doing the work is amazing. That's the input. I would recommend you doing as much of the work as you can. Continue to dial, continue to make the calls, continue to set up your appointments, continue to run your appointments. But it's also about how you're doing these things. Just doing the process alone won't accelerate you uh, to I feel like the point that a lot of people want to get to. I feel like the best thing that you can do is focus on specific areas you want to get better in and then allow those specific areas to get so good that you can move on to the next one and you no longer have to worry about this part over here because you already did there, you've done that, you're an expert at that level. Now you got that point, then move on. For and for the sales perspective, get better at prospecting. You want to get better at the phones, understand first, learn what you're reading, learn your script, learn what it is that you're supposed to be saying, figure out how you can say it in the best way so people really aren't telling you no to appointments. Once you figure out that you can get people on the phone, run those appointments. Figure out how you can capitalize and do what you can during the presentation to get people to build rapport with you, to want to talk to you, to want to communicate with you. Once you get that point, then focus on the closing. Now, will this all happen overnight? No, it's not. Nothing in life that really happens overnight, and that's another thing that I'm starting to realize. But it's okay because the more work you're putting in, day after day after day, you're gonna start to see the benefits compound because what didn't work a month ago is gonna start working now, and that's something I'm truly grateful for in this process because like I said, I'm not a guru. I'm not someone that's been doing this for 10 to 15 years and I want you to come listen to me. I'm the best sales guy. No. That's not what this is. This is just a simple video of someone that's learning sales and I just got my first sale by myself. So I believe it's going to be the beginning of many, the moment I'm able to see that I could do it by myself, the more I'll be able to just replicate that. And will every sale be the same? No. But I seen that I can do it and I seen that it's possible. So now that I know that it's possible, continue to refine, continue to get better. And eventually I'm just going to have better results. And for anyone that watched this full video, we're going on like 10 minutes now. I don't want to make this too long. I just want to say thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below. Also, I have a question for you guys. let me know how long you've been in sales and what was the most interesting experience that you've had. Right now, I've had plenty of experiences so far. I've had good ones where I've made friends. I've had bad ones where I was cussed out during the cold call and called dumb, stupid, all the above. That's cool, you know. But what's an interesting part in your journey that you would like to share with everyone? Um, yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. This video was, again, on how I made my first sale and what I learned from it. So hopefully I can just pass it along, pass the ball forward, and hopefully someone can watch this video and maybe learn something, maybe take something from this video and apply it to their own sales journey, and hopefully it helps you out. So with that being said, thank you for watching again. This is Creator Zen, or again, formerly my name is Leroy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.